Hello everybody, I'm Noobs Maximus, and today I'm here to show you how to create your very own Shill video. With Solo: A Star Wars Story coming out in like a week and a half, depending on when I get this video out, it's important for you to be able to get your voice out and to say exactly what Disney and Lucasfilms want you to say. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to make a Shill video. Creating a Shill video may seem like it's difficult, but it's actually relatively easily, especially if you follow my simple and easy to follow 9-step process. So, let's go. Step 1. Praise the film, but don't give actual details. Just be sure to say things like, "Oh, it was so amazing," or "It was so good." Just, random vague things. It doesn't have to actually be coherent. After all, most of the people that are actually coming to see your Shill video already agree with you, whether or not they've seen the film. They just simply believe it out of hand. And they're there to actually more hear you convey what they want to believe. So that's it. So it doesn't really even need to be correct or accurate, and probably doesn't even have to have any relevance to the film. Just make it sound like you had some sort of life-changing experience, and it will work just fine. Step 2. Hint at what people might not like, but then disqualify it as something that needs to be in the film and that the person that didn't like it simply didn't understand it. There's always going to be this one character inside the film that some people don't like, or there's going to be the scene that aggravates the fans, but that is really artistic. Things like that. So all you have to really do is figure out one of those scenes and then talk about it. Just say things like, "Oh, it was really good, but maybe, it could have been different," but ultimately come to the decision that it was truly artistic and brilliant, just that certain individuals and some kinds of fans won't understand it, and you'll do just fine. Step 3. Now this is very important. You have to make it look as if you were taking your time, carefully concentrating on what your score should be. You can use, classic examples like the thinking pose, the deep thinking pose, the Winnie the Pooh thinking pose. And if all else fails, nothing works better than the "I'm trying to take a dump" pose, where it's just seems like it almost hurts to come to this conclusion. And it probably should. Step 4. Ultimately give your film a 10 out of 10. After your best acting impression of sitting there trying to make it look like you're coming to a decision, you're ultimately going to give the film a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, we wouldn't be shills. Be sure to tell everyone how it was one of the best movies you've ever seen and easily the best movie of the year. It's very important for that it has to be the best movie of the year for right now. And that they shouldn't actually see any other films for the rest of the year, or at least during the time period while this movie is in theaters. Step 5. State how this movie may be better than the best movie you can think of. The gold standard for this is usually the movie The Empire Strikes Back. A true shill will almost always compare their film to The Empire Strikes Back, saying that it is just as good or the best film since The Empire Strikes Back. If you're really, really the all-in kind of shill, what you do is you simply take it up a notch and say that it's even better than The Empire Strikes Back. Go for it. You can do it. I believe in you. Step 6. Plug seeing the movie again. It's important to make sure that you make more money for the corporations that you serve. Simply telling the viewer to see the movie again is not enough. You should go for at least 2 full-price viewings. No less. No matinees. Step 7. Convince people that liked the movie to go see it again. This is relatively easy. All you really have to do is point out that true fans are going to go see the movie again, regardless. But you get them to come back again and again by telling them that there's this hidden plot point that almost everyone missed, near the end in a vague sequence that doesn't really tell you where it is or who it's with, but that it's there. And if you find it, it will change their view on life, the universe, and everything. Just everything in their life will change because they found this hidden plot point. That will keep the people going back over and over and over again and talking about this hidden plot point that may or may not exist and probably doesn't. Step 8. Convince people that hated it to see it again by insulting them. The basics here is, of course, to demean the person that didn't like the film by comparing them to a group of people that probably resemble them in a vague sort of fashion, like on the outside, but that nobody would really want to be called. Nazis are usually a good start. Also be sure to point out that anyone who hates the film is obviously a diehard fanboy who can't accept change, because anyone who really hates your film probably considers themselves to be a fan of your product. But if they can't give you their blind loyalty, then we really don't need them, although we do want their money. Insulting them, followed by telling them to see the movie again with an open mind this time, will help them accept this and get them back into the theater again. And hopefully with 2 or 3 repeat viewings and peer pressure, they will come around to being true fans of your product. Step 9. Praise your corporate masters. By now, you've been doing this your entire video, and should easily be at a point where you can do it again. After all, it's never too late to carry favor with your corporate masters, and never too early to plug the Blu-ray. So, that is my 9-step process. Now, you might be sitting there going, Noobs, could you maybe show me how this is done? Why, yes, of course, I would be happy to show you. That's the point of this video. Roll 'em. Hello everybody, I'm Noobs Maximus, and I just got out of the latest great blockbuster that ever hit theaters. It was, oh my god, it was amazing. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. It was such a good movie. The fight scenes were fantastic. The CGI was great. The villain was just scary. It means it's sitting in theaters like, oh my god, he's just so scary. And the heroine, so courageous. She did everything you would want out of a heroine easily on the first try without any kind of work at it. It was fantastic. And she was beautiful. Not that beauty is important. It was life-changing. I feel as if I left the theater a different person than I was when I came in. And that's really kind of an interesting feeling. That doesn't happen to me. Honestly, I think that most fans are going to leave the theater feeling exactly like I have. Of course, there's going to be a few parts that some fans might not like, but ultimately it came down to a bold decision on the part of the movie makers. It was definitely a subversion of expectations. I didn't see it coming. I don't know if it would have been the decision that I would have made, and I don't know that it would have been what I would have expected, but ultimately it turned out to be just a bold move on the part of the obviously talented and clearly brilliant filmmakers. I don't know that everyone who sees this will be as enlightened or intelligent enough to get that, or to get just the amount of pure brilliance in the film, and that's possibly a downside to some people. So how would I rate this film? How do I rate this film? Well, I mean, it was kind of life-changing. Did have that little part in the middle that didn't really seem to connect to the film that some people are going to dislike. There was the character that one person didn't like. I mean, just like, oh, come on, this should not be this hard. Oh, what to do? Yeah. Oh, it's so hard to come to a decision, but I think I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with 10 out of 10. Yeah, best movie of the year, easily best movie, possibly best movie made in a long time. You definitely have to see this film several times Forget about anything else right now. Spend your kids' college fund. They're not going to use it anyway. And just go see this movie over and over again. It's just that good. In fact, I think I'm going to have to say this is probably the best movie since The Empire Strikes Back. I know I said that the last time I did this review of a movie, but this time it's actually true. This is probably the best movie since Empire Strikes Back. It's got so much plot, so much drama and twists, and you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna just say that it was even better than The Empire Strikes Back. Just the best movie of all time. Nothing's ever gonna beat it. You can just put Empire Strikes Back on the shelf. This movie here, totally better. Best movie ever made. Better in everything. Better than Empire Strikes Back. So after all of that, I'm obviously going to have to go see this movie at least 3 more times tomorrow. 3 times again on Sunday. I've called off work on Monday so I can see it 4 more times. My wife doesn't want to see it with me, so I've filed for divorce. And I will be using the money that I would have spent on our anniversary gift to go see this movie. I mean, come on, priorities. This is the best movie ever made. You have to go see it again several times. And of course, I can't wait for the Blu-ray. I just can't wait for the Blu-ray. I think I'll have to buy 2 copies. I can have one to watch, and I can keep one sealed and just put it on the mantle or on the wall and just leave it there. Maybe I should buy 3 copies. Yeah, I should buy 3 copies so I can spoon one at night while I sleep. That'd be perfect. But definitely go see this movie. And don't be a cheapskate. No matinees here. You got to pay full price here. Go in, full price, 3D if they have it. It absolutely adds, well, I mean, no, it does. It adds so much depth to the movie when you see characters one in front of the other and things like that. Normally they'd be like this, but now they're like this. And it adds so much depth to the movie. It's what the D stands for. It's the third depth. You need to get in there. But yeah, definitely go see this movie over and over again. Now, obviously, anyone who's a true fan, I mean, if you consider yourself a true fan, you're going to go see this movie at least several times. But when you try to pick out that one scene, it's kind of near the end, the one with the villain and the hero. It's a great scene. There's a lot of great scenes, but this one specifically, this one scene you have to get near the end. And if you pick it out, there's this deep-seated subliminal undertone. The message that's there, I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to give any details. Make it easier for you to find, but it's there. But if you can pick it out, it'll change your life. Like dead center in the middle, you will be different here. It's so deep. My view of the world is now completely different from getting this one brilliant plot point that was so deeply hidden in the movie. You have to see it at least twice, and if you miss it, you'll have to go back again and see it again till you find it. And just make sure you absorb everything. The look on the character's face, the way they stand, the way they talk, the inflection of the villain's hair. It's all there. It's perfect. Now, I have to go into this. Some people who may see this movie may not like it. Obviously, they are Nazi-sympathizing, racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic, right-wing hater, die-hard fanboy, out-of-shape white males living in their mother's basement. But to those people, I would say you definitely should go see it again. It's not your fault that you weren't smart enough to catch how artistically beautiful this is. But it will be your fault if you don't blow your entire paycheck seeing this movie to correct your mistake of not picking up exactly how brilliant this movie is. And try seeing it with an open mind this time. And leave your fanboy theories and everything else at home. You'll enjoy this movie. You will enjoy this movie. You will go see this movie. You will spend your entire paycheck watching this movie. You will enjoy this movie. Very good. Obviously, again, Mega Movie Studios has done an amazing job Thanks to the director, who's a visionary beyond anything that we deserve, and the writers, who are the incarnations of actual Greek muses, made manifest to create this film. And only the parent company owns everything could have put together this kind of great movie team. I mean, be sure to buy the toys. Even if you're too old to buy the toys, you need to buy them. And kids, if your parents don't buy you those toys, they're only pretending to love you. And of course, I can't wait for the Blu-ray. I mean, it's like, I don't know how many months away. They haven't even announced it yet, but I've already got 3 of them on hold. I've done it telepathically while I'm making this. So thank you again so much for watching. Go see this movie. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Share it with your friends, dump it to DVD, take it to your next family gathering, text it to your ex, you know the one you're constantly hung up on, the one whose Facebook page is on the screen right now. Yes, no, I see that. Text it to her that she needs to go see. Take her with. You'll like it. And be sure to rewatch this video over and over and over again, because time and subscriptions are very important. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Instagram, Weibo, Reddit, Flickr, Pinterest, Google, MySpace, and Spotify. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope this was helpful for you. And remember, your Shill video can be used for any movie at all, for any studio. Just simply change the name. Or don't use the name at all and leave the details vague. That way you can just upload the video over and over again with a different title, and it will work just fine. Because after all, you're going to say the same thing anyway, so why not just save time and effort? Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the bloopers. Good luck. Have fun. Bye. After your best acting, I was sitting there trying to... I'm going to start that again. I shouldn't have just spit inside my own house. That was brilliant. Step 7. This is hard. This is really hard. Find it. It will change everything. No, that's not right. The basics here is, of course, to demean the person that didn't like the film you're comparing. Simply... That's not how it works. Oh, why can't I read what's right in front of me? I wrote this. I should be able to read it. So, that is my 9-step process. Now, you might be sitting there going, Lucas, can I call you Lucas? And the answer is no. You should refer to me as Mr. Maximus. That probably sounded really good on camera. Better than The Empire Strikes Best. The Empire Strikes Best, huh? Yeah, that'll work. Even better than The Empire Strikes Best. Damn it, I did it again. Oh, this one's gonna be hard. Did you write something that was so annoying? Where's your pocket watch? How do you lose your pocket watch? Leave your fanboy theories and watch and this is what you should say as they're leaving the theaters. Now people are going to argue, alright, we're just going to scrap this one joke. Hello everyone, thank you for watching through this whole thing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the bloopers. I screwed up an awful lot after this. I screwed up during the blooper thing.